Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience, jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
Just go out there and give it your all every time. And
when you're young and you get in your old man super stock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Nanny. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?
Welcome along, everyone. Hey, it is the show back here on a Wednesday in the Kokpit with Kinser and my good friend who joins us, Craig Booker. Thanks to our sponsors who are on board here as well. So big credit going out to all of them. But to everyone out there who joined in, hey, big massive welcome to the show. There are so many names that are here. Paul Mason, Maru Goodley, Carl Carpendale, Elson Tiwani, Dave Thomas, Ethan Rees, Pete Wilson, Scott Honeybone, and here to others. Big kia ora going out to you all as well. Bit of a fun show tonight, boys. So we're going to catch up, and ladies and families that are watching. So a special show. But how you going, Mr. Booker?
Oh, I'm doing great, mate. I've had a good day, and yeah, looking forward to tonight's show with these two. Well, we've got one of them on board so far, and one of them's running late. So, but yeah, it's good. Hey, listen, got exciting stuff coming up this Sunday, mate, with our Pops, Chainsaws and Mowers E-Series starting Sunday night. The live stream for that will start from 8:15.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, with a couple of interviews with a couple of drivers quickly before racing starts at 8:30. We got all our real life drivers all signed up last night and tuned up and ready to go. They've done some laps with the boys, so everything's looking real good, mate. Looking real good.
Awesome. Now we're quite excited for this as well. And I tell you, as we released on Monday, and you got to watch, for those who watched the show for about an hour, you got to see all the skins. Actually, you got to see how the tracks and everything's all designed by Steve Emmett. You got to see the full range of skins, even the real life drivers. And some of those had a bit of a hit out, I think it was last night. So getting a bit of organizational side of things done before Sunday, but getting them, making sure they're on the pace, got the right setups and everything's working so we can get right into it. So it's just so awesome and a lot of fun, and it cannot be possible without Pops. Check out popschainsaws.co.nz. Check out the website, mate.
Yeah, mate, absolutely, 100%. And for those that missed it, what was that? What did we go? Monday night, we did an introduction of all the cars. We showed everybody the cars and introduced a couple of drivers and had some drivers come talk to us. But what we did also talk about, Kins, was our special meeting, Wellington Speedway, which will be on, where am I? I've lost it. There it is, the 31st of July, Sunday the 31st of July. We have got basically a cancer awareness meeting, haven't we, mate? You know, like we've got our good friend, it's all about our good friend Richie that races with us. Some people might know MMJ has got the cancer, which is not good. It's all about making awareness, and he wants people to know, you know, if you feel a lump or whatever, get it checked out. Don't wait. Get in there and do it. We've also our friend Tank Brad, his daughter's going through the same thing, Nikaya, you know, and a very close friend of mine and the family, like a second mum to me, is also got it. So this meeting, we want everybody to get behind it. So if you're out there and you want to make a donation to the Cancer Society when that meeting's racing, we will have something for you to do during that meeting. So we're going to promote it, Kins.
Yeah, hard out.
As a big Cancer Society meeting as well. Will be the Wellington. What do we got? We got the Timor Champs and the Cancer Awareness 25 Lapper. So on that night, people, stay tuned and look for it. Help us support the Cancer Society right across the board, and that's what we want to do. So any drivers out there want to get on board and help us, and we'll put up some posters and get it out there and get it going, Kins, and yeah, fight the good fight against cancer, I reckon.
Oh, totally. And I know you're going to be bringing your car out onto the track because to those who are watching, Craig Book is actually the commentator who commentates our live streams on multiple social media platforms. There's everywhere you can jump on board, whether it be the Facebook, YouTube, or even on the Twitch. So make sure you get access to it. And out of that one, he's going to be joining us on the racetrack, but also commentating at the same time as well. So it's just how it's going to work. Look, there's a lot happening on the show and plenty coming up. And let's move into, I guess we still got AJ Axtens who's with us.
And Alan McRobbie has
Alan?
turned up, mate. So I'm going to... Oh, no, we just lost him again. Oh, no, there he's back again.
It's YouTube link to Kokpit Racing, Ben. Yeah, there is
we're
a...
on YouTube now.
Yep.
It is under... Yeah, Kokpit Racing is our... You can see it on our page. There's a link on our page. This page here, the main Facebook page. To the left there of the page, you'll see the YouTube link as well as our Twitch link. So we're streamed across the three platforms, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So you can join in the conversation on those. But yeah, so what I'm going to attempt to do now is I'm going to attempt to bring in these two gentlemen. We know AJ's is going to work, but it's a hit and miss to see what happens when we bring Alan in. So here we go.
See how you go, mate. Good on you.
Here's
Let's,
AJ, he's shaking his head already. I'm going to jump
He's
in a
looking
second and
good.
hopefully I'm just going to stay there for a sec so I can see if I can hear Alan's working. Alan,
There's Alan. Hey.
can you hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
You've
He's
been busy in
working,
the
Kinser.
kitchen there, Ellen. You've been doing a bit of dishes or something, mate.
Cooking up a feed.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
Okay,
Actually,
well, I'm
we
going to jump out and leave you three to it. Enjoy the night. Thanks for coming on, guys, and I'll see you at the end of the show.
Cheers, matey.
Cheers, Craig. Cheers, Book. So, welcome on board, guys. Good to catch up you two again. And I heard the comment there about the kitchen. I remember we both caught up with the Rebels builder to the Palmy 10s. Wasn't it one of you supposed to take a barbecue or something down to the pits? Wasn't that someone talking about that? Wasn't it one of you guys?
Yeah, I think it might have been old, was it Jamie Hemi or might have been one of those stocky boys.
Either that
I
or
got
Seth
more
or something. One of those boys.
More questions about cooking than I was about to do with teams racing.
Yeah, and there was something else that come up too, but we won't go there with that. That's another story about what you guys are.
Old Ellen's rituals.
Yeah. Paid off.
Well, everyone remembers it, mate. Everyone's still talking about it, so that's all good. Alan, so how you been, mate?
Yeah, we've been good, eh? We're just trucking along.
Yeah.
Same old, every day. Different day every day, but same stuff different day. So yeah, it's all good.
So how do you wrap up your season that's been after Palmy, and how many times did the TNR get out there and do its damage, do its stuff, entertain the crowd? You know, how'd you wrap up your season, mate? How'd you think it went?
We didn't do a hell of a lot of racing, really. Once the COVID hit, we only did mainly the Huntley teams and a few meetings at Rotorua to get it right, and then just mainly looking forward to that Palmy event. But other than that, we didn't really get out much, so she had a pretty quiet season.
Quiet season, all right. I know you went on holiday. We'll talk about that as well. AJ, yourself, mate, wrapping up the end of our last season because the new season's not that far away. How do you see your season went?
Yeah, that's it. A lot like Ellen. I mean, we done a few meetings at the start, and then unfortunately, COVID kind of took its toll and pushed the car back in the workshop for a while. And then once Palmy got the heads up again to go ahead with it, we stuck the car out and done a couple of meetings, 4 meetings or something before Palmy, and then after Palmy, we literally just kicked the car back in the shed. We done a bit of steel work down on it in Palmy after night 1, and kind of quit while we're ahead of the game, and while it was still all fresh steel, and put it away for next season. So, like you said, it won't be too far away until we're at the end of October again.
Yeah, mate, counting down the weeks, it's not far away for Speedway fans. Look at October, somewhere around there, you'll see a few things getting back out there. And obviously a lot of the race meeting calendars have been released as well. Just touching on the Palmy, we know what happened on the Sunday, but looking at the Rebels overall, the cars look good. The Ellen, especially with the gold and everything on top there, looked outstanding.
Yeah, a little bit of touch gone in by me. Came up quite good. But all the cars come up quite sharp, and all the boys put a lot of work in and made them look good. So, and that obviously paid off for the first night.
Mm-hmm.
All the gear stayed going.
Yeah,
Apart from AJ's little love tap, he had to have a rebuild, but it was all good.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look, everyone's always said that event, we were so used to it February, April, and man, it was cold on that first night. Everyone's admitted it was freezing. Different when you think April and even the season, like. Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience, jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
Just go out there and give it your all every time. And
When you're young and you get in your old man super stock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Daddy.
It was only
Fantastic.
Introduction promo come up again and go, hey, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden, it's gone offline for some reason. It's gone a bit dark. So we'll just chat away at each other. I'm guessing the audio might be coming through. There we go. We're all sorted. We're back into it. Ready to rock and roll again. So we're just briefly, for those who just missed out what we were talking about, it was all about these early season starts and some of the racing. Welcome along, everyone. What was it like? We're really back into. So sorry about that. That's just one of those things in the technical world. You guys are used to that stuff, eh? Hey, when this fella turns up late, you just go with it.
I was just in the panic trying to get on.
Hey, so off-season stuff. Let's get into this, Alan. What have you got, a Reese chassis now? Have you?
Nah, not me.
Don't lie.
Still got the old girl. I still got the old girl. I had it lined up, sold, but the guys pulled out. So we're halfway through stripping her down and do a full rebuild and blast and paint and whatnot. But it's still for sale. It'll be just ready to go. If someone wants it, it'll be ready to go.
Wow. Cool. Give it a plug, mate. What's all in it? Everything ready to go. Engine, the whole works. Just pick up the car, throw it on the trailer, and you're ready to go.
All the chassis, all high tensile, will be all redone, straight as a die. Engine probably doesn't need to be sent away again. It's all, Ace engine's going pretty good at the moment. And obviously just got a brand new bloody diff in it before Palmy, and other than that, it's all there. It's all got the good gear on it, so it's easy to drive, jump in and go.
If the deal had gone through and it was sold, what was the plans? What was McRobbie Racing going to do? Were you going to chill out, or what were you going to do? You're not going to be like the rest of them, go get your super saloon, are you?
Well, it's not badly priced out there, actually, but nah. I don't know. Had another car lined up. It's still lined up. We'll see how we go, but obviously got to sell this one first and try and maybe go a different direction in motor and try and pick up a bit more horsepower and win some races. Get the pointy back, get the pointy in. Asia can become the blogger.
Marty Goodley just put something here. Dolly one. Bit of history on the car. Your car, the 10R. Is that Dolly one?
Yeah. It used to be Stan's car, and then Simon Lakeston got off him, and we got off Simon. So it's a good car. Had it for over a decade now, and hasn't missed a beat. Awesome. As long as you look after it, she goes good.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. There's a good buy there if anyone wants to get into it, especially with all these superstars coming through the mini stock ranks, which is a damn good class. And if you want to develop and get into something different, whether it be a stock car or a super stock in this case, catch her with Alan, send them a message somehow. And maybe if you're interested, talk to them and see what you can do. And be good to see the old girl back out there, Dolly one, and one day see Alan whiz out in something new. We'll see what happens. You watch this space. AJ, same with you, mate. Off season, what's been going on with you?
It's pretty quiet, to be honest. After Palmy, we, like Ellen said, we done a bit of steel work on mine in between the nights and Palmy. So, yeah, it was pretty much done. And Brian Hartley had taken care of the engine prior last
Yeah.
season. So, there's literally, apart from my suspension, I sent back down to Aaron Zambezi at STX Motorsport there, and he gave those a tickle up. And apart from that, mate, she's just been in the shed undercover.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been actually quite a quiet off season, which is actually quite nice, to be honest.
Yeah, busy time, mate. Farming and everything like that. Everyone's real busy out there. I suppose because I threw to Alan there around that super saloon. Alan, Bingston's gone there. There's talk around other superstock guys going into super saloons. When you take a look at Malcolm Nata, he's in there doing what he does. Bingston seems to be flying in the old Osborne car. Mate, would you ever give a super saloon a go?
Yeah, well, my boss actually has one. Josh Faird, he races out of Bay Park, so I'm always hitting him up for a skid. He's tend to had a few wreckages in his so far, so I don't think he will let me go because I might show him up,
Yeah.
But he's always on to me to buy a super saloon, but no, I just enjoy the stock cars and the contact side of it at the moment. But I guess I can see if you're getting older in your age, your bones getting a bit sore, you might not want to take the hits, and you're still
a bit of a stab there, Ellen. A bit of a stab at the whole bugger.
Oh, you're doing it.
That'd probably be AJ next year, I reckon. He's really.
Mate, I'll tell you what, all Peter B's going well. Mind you got a good car, got a good deal. And when you know tracks and you race as long as Peter B, it's just going to come second nature. And he loves the speed of it, how you throw it in. But obviously you can't hit the wall like in the old super stock, and it doesn't come off there good. So he seems to be enjoying it. It seems to be a lot going on in their class. So I think it's a class that's going to grow the off season. AJ, what do you reckon, mate? Was that a bit of you, the old super saloon? Would you give it a jam?
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a jam, but full credit, a complete different car and a different way, a driving style, But I mean, full credit to Pete jumping in a weapon like that and being at the point end of the field. But hell yeah, I wouldn't say no way. Anything going fast on a dirt would be good fun. That sprint car. And then you're just bringing out more and more dollars there. I think the wife will boot me outside.
For sure. Hey, and I'm just thinking too, I remember I've watched the 81R. Superstock driver, and he's also been having a go at Bay Park, I think, in the super saloon as well.
Yeah. I think is it one of is it Harwood's? Hayward's,
yeah.
Hayward.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. And he jumped in there, right? And I seen a couple of pictures and whatnot and videos, and jumped in and done very well. He's a smooth driver, Damien, so no doubt he'll go well if he ever jumps ship.
Yeah, hard out. Hey, Jade and Gwyn's asked a good question there, especially knowing that you guys are rebels. Coming to Christchurch, the team's race with the Glen Eagles last season was cancelled. What do you reckon if it gets back on the agenda, may throw back in there? See what happens, eh?
Yeah, I'd be keen. I'm definitely keen to have a trip down there and face those guys. I reckon she's looking pretty good to be a final again at the last Palmy teams, but unfortunately, it didn't turn out. But
yeah, we're all keen as,
We're
all keen as, and we had a camp coming down with us and a whole bunch of supporters, and we're going to make a whole bunch of drivers and wives and partners and stuff. We're actually going down there a few days before and staying after, to go around and see the place. But yeah, Jaden and those boys, it would have been another hell of a final. I reckon it would have been proud. So hopefully we can make it happen one day.
Harley Rob would have looked after you, eh? You guys would have got in trouble with him, hey? Harley would have looked after you.
Oh, Harley and Jaden, they 2 peas in a pot, troublemakers, those buggers.
What are they,
Hey, see, Sauce has got his car up on sale, so I don't know if that's being picked up at the moment. Not too sure what that young man's out there. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so a bit of movement down there with the Glen Eagles at the moment. Shane Kinsey, good question here. Question for both boys. What other drivers do you look up to? AJ?
To be honest, anyone that drives a super stock, to be honest, has got to be respected. It's a hell of a sport out there. But I suppose probably pretty cliche as young fellas, watching Dad, and obviously Dad was a big one that I looked up to as a stock car driver when I was younger, and then you got the likes of Pat Westbury and all those guys. I was lucky enough to have my corner coming through. But all of those Reeves family to Humphreys, all those Palmy guys down there, Jaden. But there's so many guns these days that are so good at the sport. But yeah, I'd just have to say my old man, would be one that really, really helped me. And Pat Westbury,
Yeah. And yourself, Alan, mate, some other drivers you look up to, mate, in your career?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say I kind of looked up to. Obviously, just respected. Obviously,
Yeah.
like AJ said, like Stan and that when I was coming through, just started Superstock, he was top of the game, and all those guys like Hemi and that, and obviously the Rees, just more respect than I guess looking up to. It's just good to get out there and race the top blokes like that, mate.
The other question to Shane, Alan, you might as well carry on here. Teams racing biggest rival team. Who's the biggest rival team? AJ can think about it, so you got the hard spot first, Alan, to answer.
chuck him in the deep end.
At the moment, it'd be Christchurch, I guess. All those boys we're all similar boys, so I enjoy racing them, but then obviously the hardest team probably be Gisborne because I haven't beaten them yet, so it'd be good to race them and actually get a win over them at some stage.
Yeah. So there you go, Ethan. I know you're watching, mate. So there you go.
Yeah,
Yourself,
absolutely.
AJ?
Any team to be respected, absolutely, 100%. But yeah, probably one of the most would have to be Gizzy would be up there for myself. They're just so ferocious at everything they do, and they're super tactical as well, you know, and quite surprised. Well, not quite surprising, but you know that they haven't quite bit of bad luck, and you know what teams racing can be like. Anything can kind of happen on the day, but yeah, it'd be pretty hard to beat Gizzy on when they're on fire for sure.
Yeah, they were looking pretty sharp actually at the recent teams event. You know, they're looking on song there, and you know, on any day, any team can win. It depends how things work and develop out on the track. You could be running as fast as you can. We've seen this happen many a time. Get to the last corner, and all of a sudden it's over, and all of a sudden the other car goes on the inside or the outside, and that's part of teams racing. Anything can happen,
hey? That's it.
Yeah, mate.
Anything can happen, but you know, as long as it stays on the track, and this is a lot of things we want to talk about too, because a lot of people who view and watch, who get to see the action on the track, see all of that, and that's what they see. But there is a lot that happens in the back in the pits, whether you're teams racing or just doing individual racing. You know, there's all these people that do the hard work. There's your families that are involved. There's just so much, you know, and I know you guys want to say thank you to some of them, but just to refresh some of these people who are watching the show, the importance, you know, of the crew, families, the input that comes into it, AJ?
Yeah, for sure, mate, definitely. And how you were talking about kind of what happens on the track stays on the track. A big one that I will always probably remember and full credit to is Jaden. He's a massive one of what happens on the track will stay on the track, and he'll be the first to come and give you a high five. And even after that final last year, he was full on hugs, man. He was on top of our cars. He was real pumped for us, you know. So that's something that stick with me. And but yeah, there's so much that goes on for every team that enters the old teams racing event. There's cooks and there's mechanics and engineers, and then you know there's just a whole pool of people that just make it all happen, you know. And you only need a few bad eggs to ruin something like that.
Yeah.
So as long as you got good people around you, and you know, it just makes it so much more enjoyable, eh?
Yeah, totally. And Alan, you know, the importance of that is huge, you know, especially when you take a look at the teams event, and some of the social media platforms will show some of these guys are just working on the machines from midnight onwards, you know, early hours to get the car prepared for day two. There's a lot of work that goes on the scene. Not much sleep, but a lot of work.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's awesome to see, definitely with the teams race, see everyone come out of the woodwork and help out. Everyone's car, they help out, and everyone has a laugh and has a good time. And especially with the Rotorua crew, we've got a mean little crew going on now. I think that's why we've got a good how we're going on the track is how reflected, obviously, with your group and all that. So, but no, there's definitely a lot of hours on, especially my old man. He spends bloody hours in the shed on my car before a teams event, weeks on weeks, and making sure it's 120%. But no, it's one of the main. You need all that for your team to function. So.
Yeah, thanks, Motto. You're right, mate. I remember Sauce going to race until sold, and looking at a new car, building a new car for the next season. Daniel Chalk asked a good question. Look, we spoke and released the team tickets went on sale not that long ago, a couple of weeks ago, I think it was a Monday, something like that. But we made mention of the Great Britain Lions coming back. You know, they've been missing because of COVID. Looking forward to seeing the Ponds back, eh? You know, we're going to be listening to Coronation Street again.
I reckon, bloody hell. No, it'll be real cool for them to come back. They've certainly been missed for sure, and by New Zealand fans as well. You know, like they bring something that that obviously New Zealand can't bring to that event, and everyone gets behind it too. So it'll be real cool and real special if they can make the occasion for sure.
Yeah, totally. Alan, it'd be good just to see them back, you know.
Oh yeah, their fans are pretty much out the gate,
Yeah.
What they wear and all that, but they definitely bring a different fan base and obviously amp the old stadium up a bit more. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely keen to see how it's all going to be put together again next year with
for sure.
with all the rankings and all that. See how they're going to do that all again. So.
They might have to turn their bloody speedway bar down at Palmerston North, make a corner, call it the Rovers Return or something like that. You know, design it up, eh? Have a little old lady with a net thing on. Now I'm showing my age if I go and say Ina Shuffles, you know. All of them, Hilda and Stan. Anyway, the oldies will know what I'm talking about there. Jeez, now I'm showing my bloody age. Shane says, how do you both get in the zone before teams? What's the mindset and everything before teams race? Alan, you first, mate. No undies?
There's no.
Just
a quick run into AJ's bus, eh?
An uppercut from my wife.
No. I don't have any traditions or rituals or anything really. I don't know. I just sit in the car, get in the car, and just look straight ahead and just think about what I need to do and get myself right. I don't really have anything to say.
Just get in
and do it. Just get in and do it.
AJ?
No, very the same as well. Like after we go through scrutineering and whatnot, I spend a bit of time in the bus by myself. But you just surround yourself with good people, and I've got my wife there, and some of my kind of close crew and whatnot. But no, it's pretty chilled, and just kind of thinking about what you're going to do. And I don't rev myself up too much, and don't try and get caught up in the moment. And you know, we got a pretty good management and whatnot, and they give us a job, and you do your job, and once you get in the car, you're pretty much fully zoned out, and when that green flag goes, then like Ellen said, she's go time.
You both are very strong built men. I can see it looking at you. I can tell. Obviously, you've had a bit of rugby in your day gone by and everything like that. Mentally, physically. What are you pumping weights? Are you in there, you know, doing some deadlifts and curls and everything before the event? Are you sitting there doing that, eh?
Don't worry,
There you go, Alan.
No, but actually it's right away a bunch of membership, so I can't be bothered going. It's too cold in the morning.
Too busy looking in the bloody mirror, mate.
Dad bod going on, mate. AJ's obviously getting a bit cold and red for AJ's got a bit of whiskers here.
You got a bit colder than the old a few grays, mate, few grays. But rugby's we had played rugby our whole lifetime, and I suppose that probably would be a bunch of our I suppose mentality, from footy, you know, and the same sort of principles. Two complete different sports, but mentally. I reckon it's it's either kill or be killed, to be honest, to put it blatantly, but or either him or me. So that sort of mentality definitely carry into super stocks. But no gym for me, mate. Just throwing calves and hay bales and bits and pieces around the farm back here, mate.
It's a workout.
Definitely a dad bod here, bro.
You know, it's like young old
waffles, eh? Go here.
What's that?
Cappuccinos and waffles.
Yeah, what makes a good waffles in the morning, mate? 4:30 in the morning, she's up.
Alicia, actually, because one of your team members, running, Mig, you ever done any fishing with him? Actually, let's talk about him. You ever been out fishing? Because I know he had a fishing show there for a little bit. Him and his mate was always on the old telly doing his fishing. You ever had a chance to go fishing with him? Any years?
So they still doing that. So that's his cousin, Scott Perry. And they started making YouTube clips when they were young jokers, and I think they're up to like season 8 or 9, and they're still going very strong at that. But I haven't been invited into Holy Ship, unfortunately. Fishing with him, but he's a gun at it for sure. He's one of the best for sure. Yeah.
Yourself, Alan, you ever gone for a fish with them or anything like that?
No, I haven't got the invite for them, but I'm still trying to get the invite with AJ here and there. He calls by town on the way and sends me a Snapchat, and yep, thanks for the invites.
I took him out one time, mate, and he got a little bit seasick. He gets seasick in the car. So we were only out on the ocean for about an hour, and he was ringing his missus saying, "Oh, come and get me."
I
I
was
was a
catching
little
all
bit
the fish.
seasick.
AJ didn't catch one that day, I think.
Calling the fish and chip shop on the way home, grandson. Here you go. So you went Fullerton and battered, eh?
Yeah, it'd be cheaper.
It would be cheaper with gas prices and everything. Hey, aside from that, we brought up the fishing side of things, aside from the speedway and the motorsport stuff. What do you do aside from that? Alan, what do you do with yourself, mate? What do you do aside from the motorsport? Is there anything else that keeps you entertained or family time, fun stuff?
Work's pretty hectic at the moment, but obviously just family, really. Just going on fucking trips away the weekend.
Swears on the live stream.
Yeah. Trips away, like just been to Waiheke for a long weekend and visited a few wineries over there, which was good fun. And just take the boys motorbike riding, take them to the skate park and whatnot. Just hanging out, really. The boys have got rugby every Saturday morning now, so it takes up most of Saturday, and they're into the rugby quite heavily now. They love it. So
I see you got a tan. You've been to Fiji, I hear.
Yeah, went to Fiji for a week. It was quite nice. Quite good to get away and get out of the country. So first flight out for a few years.
Take some pretty strong sunblock, Dylan. Pretty strong high SPF.
We've got a tan, mate. Got a good tan.
What about you, AJ? We've touched on a bit of rugby before we went to air and everything, and live with the show, motorsport, and everything. You're busy with the farm, tossing things around. What anything else you do aside from all of that stuff, mate? Is anything you go golfing, mountain bike riding, anything you do?
Oh, mate, I couldn't swing a golf club to save myself, to be honest. I think I bloody hurt myself. But I got a family as well. I've got two little tackers. Just my little daughter's just coming up 5, and my son's just coming up 3. So they keep between my wife and I are very, very busy. But not any sports just yet with these little tackers. They're busy on the farm on motorbikes and whatnot. So you spend a lot of time with them and try and get down and about. But personally for myself, love fishing. I've always been hunted my whole life, and probably more so fishing for my own kind of time, and enjoy getting on the water, good for the old bit of salt in the old lungs, mate, and whatnot. But apart from that, just a lot of family time, mate, and then obviously when the speedway comes around, it kind of wife was lucky enough to let me happy enough, sorry, to let me go do a bit of racing.
We were talking about the Palms, the Lions coming to Palmy February, and how big that is, them coming back into it, and obviously, you two would know more about this with the Palms because they're a big highlight of the World 240s. They've not been there, They bring them over and to get into a car. But I tell you what, the guys can pedal, eh?
Yeah. Obviously, they're pretty competitive over there. But obviously, when they jump in a good car, a decent car over here, they can really be up the front. But obviously, with them not being there, it's good for us. Slim, it's hard enough to get into the finals as it is, but definitely professional drivers, so they're good.
Yeah, they are good. They're sharper, right? And already we caught up a couple of weeks back. Keegan Levine, Randy Tarrant, jump on their social media, Facebook pages, everything like that. You'll see all the updates on how they're doing things to fundraise. Get out there and support them. There's just so much going on. I think Randy's put up his car, given someone to go for a bit of a race at Harrisville, I think, and also the big. Fun events, the auction and everything happening down there in Wellington for kegs. So they're doing their little bit to get themselves over there. What would that be like, if you had that opportunity and eventually you got to go to England? Would you be excited, Alan? Would you be loving to go over there and try one of their cars and have a go at their racing style over there? Would you be into it?
Yeah, I did it probably, what is it now? Over 10 years ago, I think I did. Oh, wait, I went over there?
Yeah.
Wasn't the Brisket cars, it was a level below, because when I obviously got the 1NZ, I was able to go over there for their little turn. It was definitely an eye opener, all their tracks and racing on the asphalt and all that. But definitely it'd be awesome to go and do the bigger cars this time and try out the horsepower they got and different driving styles and whatnot.
Yeah, and yourself, AJ?
Yeah, it'd be a hell of an opportunity for sure. I would, I definitely wouldn't turn it down. I think the driving style and the cars would be would be so much different. So and that's just a full credit to those UK boys when they come and they adapt to our tracks so quickly. It's a testament to how great drivers they are. So, but I mean, we've had past New Zealand drivers go over there and drive really well. So, I would definitely not turn it down. But yeah, it would definitely take a lot of adjusting for myself. I think to come to grips with a track like that.
Yeah, totally. Like we were talking to Keegan, Randy, as young as they are, and up and talent coming drivers, there's a whole
Yeah.
blanket of these young fellas coming on through, especially with this class that we've seen it grow. And the mini stocks in paradise is massive, the amount of cars that rock up there to compete. And you can basically put a blanket over hold all those talented young kids, whatever class they choose to race in, they're going to be bloody good at it, eh?
Oh yeah, the class superstocks definitely is booming. Well, all classes I guess is starting to boom, but it's definitely getting harder and harder to be at the front of the pack. If you've got a good competitive car, you could be at the back. So every car's competitive at the moment. So it's just a lot of luck involved, and obviously maintenance and all that.
Just thinking too, now we're talking tracks and cars and everything like this, and there's a question that's always popped up during some of our interviews, this whole track code and mate thing. When it comes, and this is a real tough one, actually. It could be a sticking point thinking with the R on your car and everything like this. How does it work for you guys when you think you're racing out there and you got a good bunch of the R's represented into the final heat? What do? Do you go and work it all out as a team and represent the track code, the R, and block for the guys at the top there and get him or her, in this instance, over the line to win a championship? What do you do there, mate? Or what's the deal? What's the story? AJ, I'll go with you first.
Yeah, it's almost not changed a bit, but from what it used to be, it was you ride or die for what letter was on the side of your car. It was no question about it. That's just what you do. But as time's gone on, you kind of seen a bit of a shift with obviously your racing, and then you got your mini stock boys, and once they evolve and get through, they're all really really good mates, and good mates, best mates, and so you kind of find that in probably the past 5 or so years that a lot of them, even if your guys are in the finals, they will still protect your mate who could be a B, it could be a P, it could be something else, So I mean, for myself, definitely, I'm quite old school, I suppose, and I would still definitely do my best if I did get an opportunity to get our car up there. So yeah, but that's just me. But I mean, I think there has been a big shift from 10, 20 plus years ago when it was a ride or die for your club, eh?
Yeah, it was always the club thing, the leader, there was always paramount in your driving to make sure. And the racing I watched over the many years, it was always block for that leader, that club, and it was always track before mate side of things. But you are right, 100% has changed. Your thoughts on it, Alan, from back in the day, and, when you think way back and how it's changed, like AJ said, you got any thoughts on it, mate?
Yeah, I'm definitely similar to AJ. I'd obviously protect the club mates first and foremost, and then go from there and see who else is in there. But obviously, you see nowadays it's not so dominated, I guess, by army cars. You just look at the 240s and that they're all quite spread out between everyone. Then everyone just had to get grouped together and ended up with a bloody good final. So, but no, definitely, I think that's probably what Rotor's probably lacked a bit in the last few years, where the mates haven't really helped out the R cars when they're up there. Some guys think they're in the middle of the pack, so they could get up there, and it's a bit of confusion, probably not enough communication, but can definitely be better. But I'll definitely look after the track first before other guys on the tracks. But
you guys are old school, eh? You're old schoolers, eh?
Old school, mate.
Love it. It's right. You're right. And I'm the same, and I love the same thing. And a lot of superstar drivers that we'll interview in the future will be asking a very similar question. And especially over its change, if I catch up with some of these drivers in the next few weeks, we'll see how things will develop. Are you doing the New Zealand Superstock Champs in Huntley? Daniel Chalk asking the question.
Yeah. At the moment, we're planning on being there. Obviously, the missus doesn't want me to do. She's going to a concert, but I know I'll be there. It should be a good meet. There'll be a whole heap of bloody superstocks there, so it should be good.
I think it's going to be big because everyone's hanging out with it, with the recent cancellation due to COVID, obviously, of all the championships. So I think it's going to be massive. You, AJ, you going to rock on up there?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, that'll be put on our calendar. That'll be a great event, and I think Red and all that lot we're planning on doing a real cool event. You know, putting. I think he was trying to do a day or put cars on display beforehand, and it was it 3 or 4 days. It was quite a long event. He put a lot of work into it, so it was a real shame that unfortunately, with how things were going in New Zealand, that they couldn't get that one ticked off. But cool how they're going back. So yeah, no, we'll be there in flying colours.
Awesome. Another big event. We had Steve Williams on with us a couple of weeks back promoting the big event, 16th, 17th of December at your home track, celebrity race and so forth. Are you guys going to pencil that in the calendar, no doubt?
Yeah. I think all the Rebels boys will be in there again. So I don't know if they're just keeping the same group together or if they're redoing it or not, but we'll definitely be penciling that in. Should be good meeting that one too. Similar, I'd say it'd be similar to the 240 weekend, I guess. Be pretty big, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. We're the same, mate. I think was it 100? Was it 100 drivers? Was it 100 and
Yeah,
how
100.
many drivers? Something like that.
Something
100.
like
Yeah, I
that.
thought
Yeah,
that was a real cool event. So cool to be able to do that one again. But yeah, that'll be just like a finals night again. That'll be pretty ruthless racing. It'll be good value.
Yeah, big celebrities turn up for the event as well. So that's going to be attracting within itself. And we're going to hope to talk to them on our show as part of the build-up to that when we spoke with Steve. So we'll catch up with some of those celebs. It'll be a real good build-up actually come December. But also the big picture of the whole event, it's for a good cause. You know, it's for a good cause.
Sure.
And Steve does so much, as he has done over many years. True ambassador, actually. And especially when it comes to kids and everything else around that. Maru Goodley, hey AJ, is your car a Mark II now? Since 98? Yeah.
My Mark II, sorry.
Is your car a Mark II now since 98? Mr. Clark has your old car?
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. I suppose if you look at it like that from a driver's perspective. But yeah, we obviously sold that Westbury to Kalen, and he's pedaling it good. Between I think Brent Stewart went to work on a grinding disc and offset it and moved a few things, and yeah, Kalen's been a weapon in that car. So cool to go to a Rotorua kid as well. You know, like still seeing on the home track. And then obviously Dale bought us this new one, so you might call that one Mark II or something. Yeah, gave me an
Awesome,
idea
mate.
now.
Yeah, brings my mind to that TV program, what Mark II Zephyr back in the day.
Yeah.
Hard case program, mate. Hard case. RC Speedway. Shane Kinsey's got a good question here. Thoughts on RC Speedway? Alan, would you give it a go, mate? Would you give that a go? Have you ever been to Remote Control Speedway?
No, I've never been to one. I've seen a few because the sign writer does my car. He's right into it. So hey, if someone offered me a turn, I'd have a hoon. I hear they're pretty good fun and they go quite hard.
Mate, Alan can barely even work his phone. He won't be able to drive one of those things. Have you seen how big his fingers are? He'll be getting stuck and feel like a monkey trying to use a garage door opener or something.
Yeah, it'll still be better than you, eh?
Would you give it a go, AJ?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. A good buddy of mine, old Blair, he does quite a bit of it and sends me Snapchats of his Sundays and whatnot. Yeah, it'd be bloody good fun, mate.
Yeah, no,
eyes might get a bit sore though, because they're pretty quick, those things.
Yeah, if you guys want to get into it, mate, jump on Keegan Levine. Hook up with that dude. He's a seller. He's right into it. You know, he is big time right into it. I think it's one of his side businesses that he does. Mike Pugh, Capital RC is where you'll find out the information. Capital RC. Hi AJ, from Mike Pugh. You know Mike. Say hi to mum and dad. There you go. Say hi to mum and dad.
Matey. Champion. Hope you're well, mate.
Actually, when we talked about the GB side of things earlier, best New Zealand finisher over in Great Britain was actually Mr. Rumney Lyle. You know, mind he was good at every bloody thing he'd done, eh? Of course, yeah.
He was. He reminded you about it too.
Yeah, he would actually.
He still tells us we're all soft.
Oh, hard out. And he knows he's old school as they come with the old 72, you know, and he put the car out there and he'd give it hell, especially some of those finals also up in Auckland back in the day against the Busters. He kept the thing going, you know, and I tell you what, if it didn't go his way and he didn't leave it on the track, he was definitely one that would give it a go in the pits as well, if you know what I mean.
He's like the Colin Meads of Superstock racing. That bugger tough as nails, mate.
Yeah, hard out. But, you know, gives back, eh? Gives back. And that's what this speedway world is about here in our country. You got a lot of drivers who give back so much, you know. They're supportive of each other. And I think that's one thing that I like about it is we spoke with a couple of the guys, obviously engine builders, Chad Ace. There's guys who have his engine and then he'll go and help them. Forget about his car. The Rees, they've got chassis out there. They'll go and help fix and get them out. And their truck they take. Speedway's more than what we see out on the track. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes, which is good for the sport. Hey, Alan.
Yeah, no, definitely is. Obviously, that's their income first and foremost, and got to look after your customers, eh? But,
Right out.
and yeah, obviously, what we do is just a pleasure on the side. But no, it's good that they can do that and they can make a living off all that, and it's pretty good, actually, pretty awesome.
Yeah. You're right, AJ. You know, got to look after your customers at the end of the day, eh?
Oh, absolutely, and they do it to a T, and they do it so well, and hence why they do so well at it, and are so respected. You know, like and even feel like people we didn't. I remember, for instance, down last year, I think it was after our semi-final against Wellington, and things were chaos in our pitch. You know, and we were putting things back together, and we were just crowded by so many people. And Pete Rees, you know, he came over and offered his truck to us, his men to us, his cones, barriers. And, you know, none of us even had a race car, but it was just a testament to kind of behind the scenes and, you know, just helping people out. So, yeah, full credit to all those people like that behind every club, you know, people have them.
Oh, just reminded when you said that, AJ, about Rees, we were talking off air before Alan rocked on up because he was late and he forgot. But aside from that, are you trying to aid in one engine in your car, Alan?
No. Oh, AJ telling porkies.
No, just made it up, mate.
Trying to get us all the beans, eh? Oh,
I'll get the old 41 Hummer, eh? No way, you can't outrun the 41.
Outrun the 41.
Hey, just talking to Rees, look, they do so much up there in Gizzy. Obviously, with the short turnaround, I'm not too sure if you're going to make it there for the opener, October 1st. That's the opener, the first race of the calendar season for Speed. I'm guessing you'll be too busy out on the farm and you'll be too busy doing what you do, Alan. Just too busy, I would guess, both of you say.
I'll be lapping up the sun on the GC then.
That'd be bloody right, eh?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That'll be right. Yeah, I mean, I remember Ethan texted us, I think it might have been after Huntley Teams, and reminded us about it, you know, when it was originally on. And we'd love to get it. I've never raced Gizzy track, but it looks super quick, you know, with those bank walls and whatnot. So, yeah, hey, we'll put it on the calendar, but yeah, we'll be tailing the calving and approaching mating by then. So it might be in a bit of the too hard basket, but what an event, you know, putting up the car, a whole chassis for sale, and absolute roosters. You know, even if they did win the event, they'll you know, pass the car down to the next person who got second or so forth. So yeah, it'd be a hell of a time to get into a Rees. You might have to get down there, Alan.
Might have to give it a go, eh? And get the old girl winded back up.
Alan, would you jump and give the Rees car a jam? Look, I know Kerry Remden pretty well buggered his car up down at Palmy, and he's been peddling at the end of the season in a Rees. Would you and he quite liked it actually, but he's going to go back to Zolgil. But would you give the Rees chassis a bit of a spin if you're, you know, able to or allowed to, or what happened?
Hey, I'd give anything a spin if it's offered to me, but but no, all I've only heard good things about them. They're pretty easy to drive, and by watching them, they hook up pretty good. So it must be something about them that's making good. So no, I'll definitely give it a hono.
Yeah, yourself, AJ?
Yeah, I'd never say no to having a blast in one. They speak for themselves, you know. Like Ethan Asher and Pete could jump in any car and drive, you know, that's for sure. But I mean, there's a lot of their chassis out there, and other drivers doing so well at the pointy end. So yeah, would never say no, mate. But yeah, I'm happy in they built me a beautiful car, and we're still kind of not coming to terms with it. It's quick, but we're still trying to get some little things out of it. But yeah, Dale done a hell of a job with my car. We hope.
Awesome, mate. Hey, stock car's a bit of a talking point too. We asked this question a little while back. Fuel injection coming into it, you know, and the whole thing, and all these different rules, mate. Any thoughts on that, Alan, on the old fuel injection?
Oh, no, I haven't really looked too far into that. I don't know. I think you're just opening up another can of worms there, you reckon? Everyone's running different things, so I would have just left it how it was. I'm not sure the whole reasoning behind it or not, but I haven't looked too far into it, so it's not in my class, so it doesn't worry me.
I know you two are real busy in your own life aside from the race and the Rees Big Tour, you know, gets up and go, and you're keen to jump on that, go out there and support, and it's a massive tour. If you had the time and were able to, would you do it? Of course you would, eh?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. If we had the time to and we could get away for that duration of time to go racing, it'd be a hell of a tour. You know, good roosters, good jokers, and traveling around seeing the place. So yeah, it'd be a hell of a tour. You'd have some fun for sure. You'd be a bit need to get a bit fit though to drive, night after night and weekend after weekend. I get a bit tired.
Yeah, you be in there too, Alan. Eh? This is pretty.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, at the time you definitely go around and see all the different tracks and see some of the country you haven't seen before, but which would be good and having
Awesome.
obviously a good time with a bunch of lads. So.
Yeah, hard out. You know, tracks, race most of the tracks in the country. I guess most in the north, I would say. Alan, you've done quite a few of the tracks.
Yeah, I think I've done most of the tracks in North Island, and I think just done Nelson down there when I was in the stock car. But yeah, done I think Wellington, Stratty, Wanganui. Yeah, most of them in North Island. So
Yeah, favourite?
I'd say Rotorua is obviously favourite, and then Stratty after that. Obviously went quite well there back in the stock car days. So haven't had the super there yet, but quite enjoyed the track there.
Yeah, AJ, you done most tracks around the north?
No, to be quite honest, I haven't really. I've only been at super stocks for a couple of years now, but now I've only between I don't know like Auckland, Bay Park, just the ones around Central here, pretty much. Obviously Rotorua and the Bay and Palmy. So I haven't ventured kind of to Wellington, but we travelled a lot with the old man when he raced, you know. So we went to a lot of those tracks and would love to. We just kind of seem to follow the championships wherever they go and kind of stay local. But yeah, like Alan said, favourite track would have to be home, Rotorua, and then not far and behind would probably be a Palmerston North on a good day. Those quite fast and enjoy those fast tracks.
Yeah, very fast actually. When you get good racing, they're very, very fast. Do you guys prep the cars any different for teams racing? Better parts or using old stuff? From Mark Rover, good question here, Mark. Thanks for the question. AJ, how do you prep your car for teams?
We do prep them in a different way. We obviously we use 4mm wheel gates, just for something a bit tougher. But apart from that, not too different. You know, we set up the car a little bit looser. You'd rather it be a bit easier to turn in than get a push on and get picked up by another joker. You know, but in regards to shocks and stuff, I leave all my good stuff on for teams. I probably should take them off, but you get so used to driving with those shocks on and those settings that you don't want to chuck some other ones on and then get there and the car reacts totally different. So that's about all that I do to my car, to be honest, for a team's event.
You, Alan?
Yeah, no, that's the same. Probably like on a normal meet, we probably wouldn't put as much prep into the car, but definitely with teams and that, me and especially more my old man, he's working on it to all hours in the morning, trying to get everything right, every nut and bolt. But we don't change anything on the car. If anything, we take it off and put new stuff on the car. You know, we keep all the shocks the same because the car goes good. You know how it goes. So probably teams racing, we might go down the gear set just so it picks up and goes a bit quicker. Being my role with the blocker, but other than that, no, you keep it the same. You just check every nut and bolt. Do more prep if anything.
Hard out. Shane's got a good question there. Any rules with the Superstock class you think Speedway New Zealand should change or need to change? You got any particular rules you think things should be a bit different? Everyone's always got their little question on this one around rules and so forth. You definitely hear about it from all the referees that sit out there in the grandstands and everything. But any thoughts on rules that Speedway New Zealand should look at from you, AJ? Any thoughts?
Without probably being too technical, probably one rule that I would probably really look at is the park shot. The park shot on a stationary car that's not moving, that could be either hurt or something and still green, can be really, really dangerous. I know you can eliminate a car and you can take a front wheel off, and they might be okay, but just to you can go anywhere from 60 k's up to 80 plus, especially on Palmy, and legally hit a car full noise. Maybe something like that be reviewed, but apart from that, teams racing, I think that's what we sign up for, teams racing. But that's the only one that I would kind of bring to the floor.
And yourself, Alan?
Yeah, no, technically wise with the cars, I don't think I'd want to change too much. Obviously the same goes with AJ, what he said, that the park shot. I'm not really a fan of getting massive punting from behind when I'm not going as fast as those guys. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with how the class is and how the class is going. Obviously, everyone, if you're a lot more into it than I am, you're probably a bit more technical savvy in what you want done. But
Yeah,
I
hard out.
I don't think you can get too much safer with where we're at now. With obviously, there's a few concussions and all that going around, but I don't think you can do too much more with preventing that. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Love the t-shirt, mate. Love your t-shirt champions, eh? Gotta wear it on the stream, mate. Gotta get it out there, eh?
He wears it to bed as well. He wears it to bed. Bit of a nightie.
It's your nightie. Oh, cheers. All right, eh? That's your nightie. No, it's been awesome. Look, I like your point of view on there, and of course, a few of our people who are putting up the comments agree with you as well. Because we can actually notice, and a lot have noticed over the past decade, the cars are getting faster. They're definitely getting faster. You just got to take a look at that third heat of that World 240s. That was holy hell. It doesn't every year. I remember being there and thinking the third hit, or you're watching at home, you think, yeah, that's wicked. That's the best race. Next year comes like, holy hell, that was wicked. Then the next year comes like, holy hell, can it only get better? It is. Cars are getting faster, and everyone doesn't hold back, do they? They really put it on. When you think paybacks are paybacks, they deliver as well. In that recent race, we saw that unfold, but when they walk off the track, close the pit gate, they have a beer, shake hands, and it's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are the cars are getting so quick these days, and like you said, the drivers it's almost like the average age for a super stock driver is almost becoming a bit younger and younger, and a lot of fearless guys out there. So
Hard out.
I mean, like Alan said, safety wise, I mean, you can go fishing on a boat or whatnot, and someone unfortunately drowned, but they're not going to ban fishing. You know what I mean? It's these accidents do happen, but we have the best safety gear, and you do your best to, it's on what you sign up for. And but yeah, that third heat was ruthless, between those Rees boys, Humphreys, and they just do or die, man. I didn't race that meeting.
Yeah.
I actually watched it for the first time in years, and I was like, geez, these boys are humming. They're fast. So it was cool to watch from the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
That's the best part of it. It's when you got a whole heap of cars from different tracks in there, so it's not just dominated by one track, and it just becomes a snore fest. Everyone's a few cars from each track, and everyone's just going 100.
Yeah, hard out. Just a couple of quick questions before we wrap it up, because it's approach day 30. Have you ever blown the engine before, Alan? Blown the engine?
Nah, fortunately, I haven't yet. Hopefully, touch wood. I don't do that.
AJ?
Nah, touch wood. I haven't. In the final last year, I whacked old who was it? Was it Malcolm Reed? At the end of the straight, gave him a good crack, and then there was smoke billowing over my bonnet scoop, and I was thinking, shit, and I was watching my gauges. No, Dad reckons he's on the inside, in the infield, and he reckons, keep going, boy, don't stop. Oh, well, your engine.
I've had to reblock it a few times, so Chad's had the pleasure of doing that a few times after a few meetings. It got pretty messy, but haven't blown it up yet. He builds a good engine.
Yeah. Biggest hits, all right. Just a couple more to go quickly. Biggest hits, any big hits, mate? Yes. Can you remember?
Alan?
Unfortunately, I haven't really had any big hits. I had a few big hits up from behind, while blocking, which got a few days at a few times, but other than that, nothing springs to mind. I obviously try and put myself out of that point of impact, but
fair enough. AJ?
Nothing too outstanding on the receiving end, apart from teams racing. Probably the one that caught me off guard would have been Huntley last year against Kizzy Giants. I didn't see Jamie Hamilton coming from behind me and gave me a good crack from behind, and that one stung like a good footy hit. But get a bit of wind back in your lungs, and it's like
it was a bell ringer, right? That's one you never
forget. That was a goodie.
Goodie.
Credit him on that one, and it's what you sign up for. It's teams racing, so take it on the chin. It's like a rugby hit.
Seth's got one in there. We'll have to catch up with old Seth Pro and have a chat with them. Seth, are the boys going to qualify for the teens triples this season?
This guy,
get rid of AJ,
Oh, bloody hell. I just actually talked to Seth on the phone yesterday, and he must have got his tongue in cheek back because he sounded like a little, like a dog that been kicked in the nuts because he was a little bit sick yesterday. So I remember that one, Seth. I'm going to get you at the triples.
I have to mangle those orange wings, eh?
Yeah. Well, he had a good fly in the air, so he was the highlight. He had a good little fly there.
Yeah, but he's a rooster. He took that one like a champ, and he'll be back again, no doubt. Yeah, full credit.
Yeah. His first race on there on the big one, and the
Yeah,
whole year he
didn't
went
even
fine.
laugh the lap, the poor bugger.
He tried to beat. he wanted to outfly Craig Boot. He wanted that record, the height. Hey,
He'll be back. He's a champion.
Yeah. So Brett can block you guys for me. Oh, here we go. Here he's giving it to you, eh?
That's what Brent said.
Yeah, no. This is part of Seth's comment. So Brett can block you guys for me and Ryan with a big smile. Shot boys, me and Cordy all bros.
Jared brother Seth.
Yeah, plenty of questions coming on through. Should they do Golden Oldie Superstocks race? Get your dads out there, actually. How cool would that be, eh?
Yeah. Chuck old Big X in the old in the super. I think they didn't they do like over, was it over 40s?
Over 40s.
They did one down in Palmy. Yeah, over 40s,
well.
and they done that Legends one down in Palmy, I think about a season or two ago. Yeah, that'd be a good thing to do.
Lyle went down to that one actually, and he jumped, it might have been Bengston's car, and he said, he thought it was actually going to be genuine Golden Oldies, like Find Your Groove, and he reckons it was just bad out of hell. It was like a New Zealand champs.
Might have showed a good one actually, and just showed me a bit of a picture as well. Actually, graphic drawing and everything like that. The hit on sauce, eh? Hey, you remember those ones, eh? The hit on sauce, eh?
Oh, don't remind them.
Hey, what's that? Turn
reminding
two.
Sauce about it, eh?
That was a good shot, actually. That was just timely. But that little car, when it's on, man, that little thing can go.
He is quick, eh? And he's like such a feel. Like when I first met him, he's only bloody 40 kilo dripping wet, eh? But man, does he have balls of steel, and he's fast and tough. So yeah, full credit to you, Sauce.
Yeah, hard out. He had a big mess. The mop, big aftergo with it.
Big Napoleon Dynamite thing.
Yeah, hard out. And he was ripping the old disco Motown days, eh? That's what he was doing. Going Hundy. Hey, obviously your height for Palmy, defending champs. We'll build up week 2. The Palmy 22 is going to be very, very interesting, and it will be an interesting approach to that event, for many reasons, which I won't get into. But that is going to be a very, very exciting event. And tickets went on sale not so long ago, selling very fast, by the way. Hey, it's come to 8:30, boys. It's been a good laugh. It's been a hell of a laugh. It's been a hoot, actually. It's been bloody cool. It's been cool catching up with you. So thank you both for catching up. Thanks for just making it there, Alan. It's awesome, bro.
Right on time. Thanks for a reminder.
Yeah.
A lot of things on my mind,
Yeah, the GC. He wants to go to the GC. So.
On holiday mode already, eh?
Melbourne Cup, mate. Melbourne Cup.
But champion. Cheers for having us, mate. Yeah, really appreciate buddy taking the time and having a bit of a chit wag with me and me old mate. And it's always a pleasure.
It's always good.
Oh, it's always good to share a bit of banter, have a good laugh, and make sure the audience comes back and join us, because we've got the live streaming of our first round of our Street Stock Series 8:15, the big build-up. Thanks to Potts for the big support on that, and plenty going on. We'll have more guests back on every Wednesday at around 7:30. Thanks, guys. Awesome to have a laugh, man. This has been good fun. It's what we need, especially in these different times, eh? Nothing wrong with a bit of laughter.
Absolutely, there's not enough of it around. Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
Champion.
Keep looking sharp. Keep looking sharp, boys. See you later, eh? See you.
All right.
Awesome. There we go, everyone. AJ Axtens, Alan McRobbie, well known, of course, from the Rebels. Always good to catch up with the two bros and have a chat and have a laugh and see what's been happening off season. Talk a bit about their lives of work and everything, but also some of them will talk about their holidays and everything like that, So they're excited. We'll see how the season unrolls. October 1st, Gizzy, will be the start of Speedway for 2022, rolling the 23 season. Don't forget to all the links, as you can see, pop down the bottom there, all about Randy Tarrant, also Keegan Levine. Get out there and support these two young champions to get them over to the UK. popchainsaws.co.nz. Make sure you go along and jump on the website and look for all your chainsaw and mower needs. It's all there. They are a big supporter of our E-Series on Sunday. Hey, Books, good to be back.
Mate, yeah, that was good, wasn't it, eh? Hey,
laugh, good laugh.
fantastic couple of guys to talk to. Hey, listen, I forgot to mention at the start of the show too that I wanted to let people know that Randy Tarrant's still got the raffle going to win a drive in his car as promotion for his trip to England. So there's 3 drives up for grabs. And I think this month is that's a quiz night in Wellington for the Levines, for them going.
Right.
I'm actually contemplating putting in a Kokpit team, kids. We might have to make a trip and might make a trip down to Wellington and join Aaron and make a team up for Kokpit and enter the quiz night and show some support for them as well.
Yeah, why not? Aaron. There's a few of the boys down there as well. Why not? It's a good cause and do what we can do. Scotty Phipps, always thanks for the good comments, mate. Regular viewer there. Scott, we'll have to tee you up for a show there, my friend, and talk about your driving over there and the Australian circuit as well. And congrats, by the way, on what you've done in Queensland as well. So, yeah, thanks for the Meanies bros, as always. It is a good, fun show. And just to reiterate, we got a special event during our E-Series of our street stocks where Craig will be jumping in his car and joining us, still commentating, but also will be on the track. And it's all to support with cancer. Look, we've got a couple of our friends in our Kokpit community, but also a couple of loved ones of our friends and loved one to you. So it's all doing our little bit, mate. To
get everybody behind it, mate. We'll get everyone behind it and hopefully we can raise some money and just get every little bit counts for the Cancer Society, So, yeah, man. Let's do it.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's right. Quiz is 23rd of July, so I do jump on board. Thanks, Dave. Hey, thank you, everyone, for joining us on the show. It's been a pleasure having you on board. As I said, we are back with the start of our first series of our E-Series, build up from 8:15, going live with all the racing on 3 platforms, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. But also we are back next week with special guests on our In the Cockpit with Kinser. So look forward to that. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your week ahead and the weekend. And look after yourselves. We'll catch you then.
Thank you.
Bye. Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience, jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
Just go out there and give it your every time. And
When you're young and you get in your old man super stock and you wreck it, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Daddy. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?